In a small village in southwestern Nigeria, nestled between rolling hills and dense forest, there lived a young woman named Oluwaseun. Her beauty was as radiant as the sun that kissed the earth each morning, and her heart was kind, always giving to those in need. Yet, despite her many virtues, a terrible curse haunted her, one that had claimed the lives of four suitors and left her heartbroken and confused. The first time it happened was during her wedding to Tunde, a handsome and well respected young man. The entire village gathered to witness the union of the two. The air was filled with music, laughter, and the sweet scents of flowers as Oluwaseun danced into the arena with her bridesmaids dancing behind her. She stood at the altar, her heart filled with hope for the future. Tunde, smiling down at her, whispered, "Together we will build a life filled with love." But as they exchanged vows, something unimaginable happened. As the crowd erupted into cheers, Tunde suddenly staggered, clutching his chest. His face twisted in agony, and before anyone could react, he collapsed, lifeless, at Oluwaseun's feet. "Tunde!" she screamed, her voice filled with terror. "Please, no!" The village doctor rushed to his side, but it was too late. Tunde was gone. The once joyous occasion turned to one of grief and disbelief. The villagers murmured among themselves, some claiming that the gods had cursed the union, others whispering that it was simply bad luck. But to Oluwaseun, it felt like a punishment she didn't understand. Weeks passed, and though her heart ached, she tried to move on. Iya Folake, her stepmother, was there to comfort her through the grief, offering words of solace and assurance that it was not her fault. Iya Folake, with her sweet smile and nurturing voice, reminded Oluwaseun that it was fate, cruel but unavoidable. "Don't worry, my dear," she would say, "you will find love again." And so when Kola, a prosperous merchant from a neighboring village, proposed to Oluwaseun months later, Oluwaseun reluctantly agreed. She wanted to believe that this time happiness would be hers. Their wedding was a grand affair. The entire village attended, and as Kola slid the wedding ring onto her finger, Oluwaseun allowed herself to feel a spark of hope. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. As the celebration continued, Kola began to cough violently. His face turned pale, and before anyone could even understand what was happening, he collapsed, clutching his throat. "No!" Oluwaseun cried, rushing to his side. She tried to revive him, but it was in vain. Kola too was dead. The village was thrown into chaos. Whispers of a curse, a dark omen, filled the air. The elders, who had known the old ways, gathered and began to speak in hushed tones, hinting at something more sinister than mere bad luck, but no one dared to speak the truth aloud. With her heart shattered and her faith in love destroyed, Oluwaseun withdrew into herself. Unable to understand why this tragedy kept repeating itself, she no longer believed in the idea of a soulmate, of a happy life. Her only companion was her stepmother, Iya Folake, who, despite the deaths of her suitors, continued to care for her with an unshakable kindness. But there was one person who refused to believe in the curse. The one person who had known Oluwaseun since childhood, Adebayo. Adebayo, with his sharp eyes and a mind full of questions, could not accept that the deaths were a simple accident. There was something deeper, something darker at work. "I know you, Oluwaseun," Adebayo said to her one night, his voice filled with quiet determination.
This cannot be a coincidence. There is something else. something more sinister going on.
At first, Oluwaseun dismissed his concerns. How could she believe such a thing? Her stepmother, Iyafolake, has always been loving and protective. She had been there for her after her father passed, guiding her through the pain. Iyafolake had always been kind, always spoken softly and with warmth, but Adebayo wasn't convinced. Over the following weeks, he began to investigate the strange deaths. He spoke to the village elders, consulted old records, and even visited places where he knew secrets were buried. It was during one of his secret visits to Iyafolake's house that Adebayo discovered the truth. Hidden away in a dark, forgotten room, Adebayo found the signs of dark magic, ancient books, jars of strange herbs, and the remains of rituals long forgotten. The air in the room felt heavy, as if the walls themselves held a secret. Iyafolake, Adebayo whispered to himself, his breath catching in his throat. It's her. She's behind it all. Iyafolake, it turned out, had been using powerful magic to prevent Oluwaseun from marrying anyone. The deaths of her suitors were not accidents, but carefully orchestrated rituals designed to break Oluwaseun's spirit, to isolate her, and to keep her wealth and inheritance. The stepmother had never truly loved her. Instead, she saw the young woman as a means to an end. Adebayo rushed to confront Oluwaseun. You have to listen to me, he urged, his voice with urgency. Your stepmother is behind this. She has been using dark magic to kill every man who tries to marry you. Oluwaseun stared at him, disbelief written across her face.
What are you saying? She's the only one who has cared for me after my father died. She's the one who has helped me heal.
No, Oluwaseun, Adebayo insisted, his voice gentle but firm. You must believe me. She's been poisoning your life for years, controlling you through fear. I will help you break free. The two of them sought counsel from Eda Olamide, the wise and ancient village healer who knew of the old ways and the power of dark magic. With her guidance, they prepared for the final confrontation. On the night of the full moon, they ventured to Iyafolake's home, where she was performing another dark ritual. As the shadows grew long and the air thickened with malice, they confronted Iyafolake. You think you can stop me? Iyafolake hissed, her face twisting in fury. I've waited for this moment. No one can stop me now. But Eda Olamide, standing tall and strong, began chanting the ancient words that would break the magic. Adebayo held up a protective charm that glowed with a brilliant light. The battle between good and evil raged, the wind howling as Iyafolake summoned all her power, but in the end, the light triumphed. With a final anguished scream, Iyafolake's power shattered, and the dark storm that had clouded Oluwaseun's life dispersed. The woman who had once been a stepmother was revealed for what she truly was, an ancient being twisted by years of evil magic. In the aftermath, the village was peaceful once more. Oluwaseun was free, no longer bound by the curse of death that has claimed her suitors. She walked through the village with Adebayo by her side, her heart no longer heavy with sorrow. I never thought I could feel whole again, Oluwaseun said, her voice soft but filled with newfound hope. But now I am free. Adebayo smiled at her, his eyes filled with affection. You were always whole, Oluwaseun. Just needed to see it for yourself. As the sun rose, the light of a new beginning warmed the earth, and with it came the promise of a brighter future. The darkness was gone, and in its place was a world full of possibility. The end.
If you enjoyed this story, Please like, share, and comment what you learned from it, and please subscribe to this channel to enjoy more captivating and interesting tales. Thank you.